And welcome back to another video on the F1 Journal and to a review of the F3 season. We're not going to go through all the races and do a review like we normally do. We're going to look at some of the best drivers of this season and see who's performed and not performed. But yeah, just some honourable mentions. He didn't quite make the cut. Ollie Caldwell, Jack Crawford, David Schumacher, Lorenzo Colombo, Matteo Nannini, all were close but didn't quite get in. Starting off with number 10 though, I'm going to say Artur Leclerc. Leclerc barely squeezes in the top 10. It's been a very much up and down season for him. Obviously his qualifying hasn't been great, but you know, he has fought through multiple times in the races and there is some potential, yeah. But yeah, another year in the Premier, I can see him doing good. In number 9 we've gone for Ola Awasha. In only his second season in Europe, Awasha was capable of driving some good results and he could outpace his more experienced teammate Roman Stanek on different occasions. He did have some really good opportunities and to score some decent points. However, he did miss out on some of them, which is why I can only give him that. In number 8, I've gone for Alex Smollier. Smollia's season was very hit and miss. He started off so strong with 2 wins in the first 4 races and had some strong pace. But yeah, he worked really well with Frederick Verstey. But yeah, it kind of just did peter out towards the end. That's why I can't give him much higher. In 7th, I'm going to go for Leclerc. Leclerc had a quite effective rookie campaign without the highlights or flair of teammates Martin's. One wonders how differently the Red Bull Ring event would have played out if his lap time would have been good enough for pole. His race pace was on par with the front runners, and it's such a shame. So yeah, you could say it's an opportunity, it's a season of missed opportunities. In 6th, I've gone for Frederick Verstey. After a pressure-filled 2020, the move to ART was good for Verstey. Last year he was racing with Prema, graduating with the team after dominating the inaugural Formula Regional season. He couldn't come close to that kind of form, but this year he really led ART with some really solid results. But yeah, just didn't quite have enough to challenge for the championship. In number 5, I've gone for Logan Sargent. Placing Sargent is a tricky job because his objective in 2021 was different to his peers. The most experienced full-time driver, but yeah, clearly he wasn't in a car that was capable of competing for the championship. But you know, he still did a good job getting the first ever win for Charouz. So yeah, really solid season from him, and rumours of him going to IndyCar, which I'd love to see because he's seriously slept on. Moving on then, number 4 is Clement Villeneuve. Had Novelak been a threat on a more consistent basis, he would have certainly been on really near the top because he's definitely shown his talent. But yeah, could just sometimes let his qualifying let him down, but still a very handy campaign for him, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next season. In 3rd, I've gone for Victor Martins. Of all the rookies, none of them felt a complete driver as Martins. He was damn quick, relentless in races, clever enough to know when to attack. However, he did make some small mistakes at Zandvoort. However, he did get his only win there, and you can definitely see how much potential he has. Moving on, in 2nd, I've gone for Jack Doohan. No points scored in 2020, but Doohan can hold his head up high. Essentially, he was the only one to give Prema a sustained challenge throughout the season. Spa was an extraordinary weekend, getting a win at Paul Ricard, and obviously bringing a team's title home for Trident was seriously impressive. Being number 1, we have gone for Dennis Howe. Looking at the results alone, Howe's season doesn't seem particularly spectacular. Any other season, he probably wouldn't have had a dominant season, but the format being as it was, he was able to maximise the bad days and make the format work for him. And yeah, for me, he was comfortably the best driver on the grid, and to be honest, presuming he moves up to F2, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. Anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below, and to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily F1 news, and subscribe to my channel and subscribe right now. I'd greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.